Hello everybody out there in YouTube Sylvania. This is your host for this particular installment of I Played a Thing, Revelations Persona Edition. I am the Foxish, here to bring you more demonic intrigue and high school drama in the otherworldly places that don't really exist, but they're a lot of fun to see. You may notice right out of the gates here an improved level of sound quality. I have acquired myself a fancy schmancy headset. We're still working on the levels here, and there may be some issues with ambient audio in the background here and there. Also, EPSXE doesn't offer me a way to pause, so we're going to see some periodic issues here with the attract mode trying to come back on me. When we last left our happy plucky group, they had just played a rousing game of Persona and had unfortunately summoned up the spirit of a sobbing girl in white, as well as getting struck by some sort of blue lightning that hits high schoolers inside of buildings. Then the hero had blacked out. So here we go, part 2 of the introduction to Revelations Persona, into the land of the unconscious.
Welcome. My name is Philemon. I live between the world of consciousness and unconsciousness. So tell me, who are you?
This is your opportunity to name your lead character. You don't get to name any of the other characters, but they already have names, as you might have noticed. Just for the sake of brevity, I'm going to name this character Leo. That's a character I used to use, and I've used on forums periodically. It's only referred to in text, and the character's still pretty generic. He's the strong, silent type that you probably know from a lot of JRPGs. Alright, let's confirm that, and go back to Mr. Philemon.
Excellent. There are not many who know their own identity when they have come to this point. It seems you have passed the first test. By the way, have you noticed you carry more than one you in yourself? Perhaps the merciful you, the graceful angel you, or the cruel, demonic you. We live behind many masks, and you may at this very moment be living behind many masks. But you claimed your name, proving you know who you really are. I admire your strong will, and bestow my power unto you. Persona, the power to call on others within you, sometimes merciful, sometimes cruel. These cells are embedded deep within your soul. This power will help you through your quest into the future. Go back now into your world, the world that's locked between time and space.
Philemon plays a pretty massive role in this game. He's kind of the catalyst for the heroes getting their ability to actually make their way through. Somebody speaking to you. For the sake of argument, I'm not going to read the dialogue in this particular segment, just because I found that it was, listening to myself, it was pretty obnoxious listening to myself do character voices and silly stuff like that. Alright, back to consciousness. Leo is awake, talking to the remarkably chesty Dr. Beverly. No, that doesn't actually apply, and this is a Sony game, remember, from the mid-90s. You're in the school infirmary. Shouldn't really need to explain that sort of thing. You're in beds in a school, but This is something that American schools don't have, but anybody who's seen any anime, they're going to know this out of the gate. Why cooking is not one of their specialties? In comes concerned teacher. There are a lot of blinks for no good reason where a character moves like 4 squares, but don't ever do that, I'm worried. That actually plays in a surprising aspect later in the game. Ah, Mark, ever tactful. Yuki is very suspicious. She has very good reasons to be too, really. Or you could be possessed by demons. Who knows? Alright, now you actually have control of your character. Remarkable. These boxes are for the beginning of the game where items are stored. There's never anything of note in cabinets or such. Once in a while you'll run into a locker where you can pull something out of, particularly in one of the corporations later on. Other than that, most of the environment is pretty static. This pulsating weird purple tree in the corner is called an Augustus tree. It acts primarily as the save mechanism. You actually talk to a tree, and when you find larger ones, they talk about carving your name into their trunks. They also refer to you as their children and tell you, go out there and kill people. It's kind of a surreal environment, but so is the game. So we're going to save here. You'll notice there already is a save when I get there, from an earlier attempt at a recording today. So, we'll save. You start off at level 5, remarkably, not level 1, and it actually makes some difference. We'll write that data. Alright. We're going to go ahead and call it there at 7.5 minutes, just because there's not much I can do in 2 minutes before the game ends. Throw down a save state, just in case. When we come back, we'll see the inside of the St. Hermodius High School, the hospital, and we'll meet Mary, the delusional hospital inmate, or patient rather, and we'll go talk to Chris, the psychotic with scar tissue all over his face, who turns into one of the game's better secret characters, but you don't get him for about 6 or 8 hours in, but you have to set it up now. So when we come back, we'll be walking around in 3D, we'll start killing us some demons, and we'll meet an old guy named Alfred. See you then.